Hey, what's up? So I'm out here doing some yard work. I trimmed off these my hedges there. Well, hedges, whatever, cattails, grass, stuff around my pond, and cleaned that up. And then I brought the Bradley out and chopped up all that stuff. And I'm like, well, since I'm out here chopping that up, I might as well mow. So I mowed this section and the section across the way there, and see how I make little pathways. And I try to make the trees kind of cascade over them. So I think it looks pretty scenic. So yeah, it's like 99 degrees out here, and I'm loving it. And the reason I'm loving it is because I got the chills. And the reason I got the chills is because I got motherfucking COVID. That's right. So the last video there, see how nice that is? I do that little walkway. So as these trees fill out, they're gonna cascade over. Right now the wind is kind of pushing these trees around, but generally the idea is it's gonna like fall over like that and just make little walkways of willows and stuff. It's gonna be real pretty. But so anyway, that last video there I made was, well, that was like right around when I turned 50. I just turned 50, guys. So I turned 50, and then I get this damn shoulder thing, and now I have stupid COVID, so it's really stupid. To turn 50, I don't recommend it. Honestly, guys, just stay 49. No one's gonna tell the difference. Just say you're 50. Yeah, I gotta finish these forks so I can get this crap out of here. It was getting really crazy here with the grass and stuff. And I got crazy animals digging up turtle eggs and eating them and destroying my lawn here, which I really shouldn't complain because those are snapping turtles and fuck those.
Look at him. Hi, turtle.
Say hello.
Hello. Oh no. Over the fence. Over the fence we go.
As soon as I see them, I either evict them or, well, I just say I get rid of them. See how that goes? Nice little cascading thing, makes little things there. It's pretty nice, right? Nice walkways. That's what I try to do. So, oh, there's Brad. I wanted to tell you something about Bradley. Something related to what I mentioned before, that bracket there on the mower deck that I took off. That's like, what the hell is this for? It makes no sense. So, oh, it's back on. What happened, Gene? Well, I'll tell you guys, I did some investigating on what that thing actually is, and it's called I think it's called a turbo baffle or a discharge baffle or whatever it is. It actually serves a purpose, believe it or not. So notice I got the mulching blades on here, and oh man, I really like the setup, to be honest with you. Mulching blades, it gives a really nice cut. Really nice cut. But anyway, back to the deck. So boy, you could really go into a rabbit hole with mower decks and blade combinations and baffles and all that. I tell you, it gets really crazy. And then you got really awesome YouTube channels that go into a lot of details there, like the right mowers, right standard mowers, or I guess they make other mowers. But anyway, he's got an awesome YouTube channel. He's got a lot of information there. But through him, I stumbled on a couple other videos, and they explained what this thing does. So the way I understand it is, so your two parts of the blade. You obviously have the cutting blade, and then you have this back part here, the wing, and this is what's called, that gives you lift. Well, in this case, this is they're serrated, so they're for mulching also, but it gives you the lift. So obviously the higher the pitch is, I guess, of this back end, it's called the higher lift. So it's really high. It's like super high lift, and then there's low lifts and medium lifts. But in any regard, what's happening there is that far blade over there, all the way on the left, well, as it's mowing, it cuts the grass, right? And then, well, this sort of blade mulches it a little bit. But anyway, this lift here actually helps propel that grass towards this direction to the right. So first it hits it, it sends it to the middle blade, and that sends it to the front blade, and then this blade, well, it starts tossing the grass out, right? Well, that's all fine, but this lift here is pushing a lot of air, so it's actually pushing, it's throwing these grass clippings this way with the air. The problem is, what happens when it starts coming around this way, right? Well, the same air that's being pushed out, well, now it's being pushed in, and that's actually how that works, is that it's sucking air in as the blade's coming around this way. So how do you keep the clippings that just flew out of your deck from flying right back in into the deck? Well, the answer is without this, not so much. You're actually sucking those clippings back in, and they're having to reach up. In certain cases, it's actually advisable to do that. For instance, in the fall, when you got your gator blades, these things, and you're chopping grass, well, you actually want it to be resucked in there one more time and chop. Ooh, excuse me. Gotta do that COVID hack there for a second. Anyway, so yeah, so this is actually a good thing to take off in the fall if you're chopping leaves, because then it could recirculate somewhat and chop them up even more. But I'll tell you what, I was having a lot of issues with this deck here after I took this bracket off. It would just get completely filled with grass clippings, especially like around here. Like this bay. I'm like, why is this bay getting so full of grass? It's just absolutely crazy. So, well, my YouTube buddy here, Mike from fucking Lawn Dude, he suggested I use fluid film, and thank you very much again. I already thanked him, but one more time, thank you. That does help quite a bit, I agree. But I think another big help is that I put this back on, because what happens then is, as this blade spins around, right, the grass clippings are actually kind of floating here, and what happens is, as they're trying to fly back in, they hit this baffle, and that prevents them from going back in. So that's what that thing is for. Alright fellas, so that's that. I'm out here in the sun, got my shirt off, getting my vitamin D, trying to fight off this COVID. I'm mostly okay actually at this point. I had 2 days of I was just so floored, I was so exhausted. I've never been so tired before. But and then test showed I was negative, 3 tests actually, so I was like, well, what's up? Is this just a flu? Nope, it was the vid. So they got me on antibiotics and a bunch of other crap, and then my brother's a physician, but he he took a deep dive into it, and he follows Dr. Malone and McCullough and all that. So he hooked me up with ivermectin actually, and a bunch of vitamins and whatnot. So I got that traditional route medicine, and or conventional, I guess you could say, and the MAGA country, the MAGA country meds. So hopefully between the two of them, I'll be all right. All right, fellas, later on. Have a good one.